Prajavahini, I am Archana Swami. The Indian Air Force personnel serve the nation on various combat, non-combat and peace missions. To commemorate their efforts and services, we celebrate October 8th as Indian Air Force Day. And on this special day, we have one of the lady officers of the first batch of women engineering officers in the Air Force. She is here with us to give a broad spectrum about day-to-day life of an Air Force officer, their challenges and how that changes their persona. Let's welcome Hema Jairam. Namaskara Hema Jairam avare.
Namaste Archana.
Thank you so much for accepting our request, and it's a pleasure to have you on my show.
My honor too and my pleasure too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So what is the life of an Air Force officer?
That's a nice and simple question. Generally we talk about career which are high flying, and in literal sense I may call this high flying because we do help people fly high, right? And it is also elevating, right? And uplifting, should I say, because everything that all the phrases that I'm choosing are all about flying. So probably in the spiritual sense also it is uplifting and elevating. Definitely in a nutshell, if I have to say, the life is great. It's great to be there. It's great to make it there. It's great to stay there. And it also gets great when you come out and resettle yourself in a civilian life. I hope I have answered it in a nutshell. Yes, if I have to use one word, it is great.
Okay, how difficult or how challenging is it to get into Air Force?
Of course, again a paradox. If something is difficult, then I cannot say it's an easy task to get there, right? It needs a combination of attitude and aptitude. And not everybody can recognize this attitude or aptitude. We do have recruitment drives, mass recruitment drives happening in universities, campus placements. So there I have seen my son also going through this placement drive. It is not that kind of placement drive. Let me make it very clear. I'm not saying that kind of placement drive because that is suitable for that kind of job. But here, if we have to talk about how difficult it is to get into the Air Force, like I said, there is a combination, a heady combination of attitude and aptitude, and that combination, they look at a person who has that combination. So, and the ratio is quite high. If the number of applications are so high and if there is one round of SSB happening, the number of recommendations could probably be just 10% of the recommendation, and that further 10% of them get finally selected. So, I'm not saying that it's an arduous task to be there, but then the kind of selection that is in place to meet those standards, like I said, again the combination of aptitude and attitude matters most. I feel if a person has that combination, what is needed by the armed forces, it's easy. If a person does not have the combination in the right proportions, he can work on it. If he has that intention to be there, he can work on it and then be there. That much of cushioning is also there. So in our case, first batch, so I just went through my newspaper ad, and both myself and my friend, a college classmate, we are very good friends. So we happened to look at the advertisement, and then we just looked at each other and raised eyebrows, why not? We applied, and then we got a call, and we went to the SSB, we went to Mysore. For us it was just a trip to Mysore. We thought SSB, Mysore, this is a different kind of selection. So we went there, and then finally when our names were recommended and final list was also announced after the medicals, we were now we had to make a decision of our life. So then we knew selection was not easy. After having got selected, we realized that we have been through a path which is challenging, right?
So what is the basic qualification for you? You finished engineering and you pursued it.
Yes, there are different branches in Indian Air Force, okay? So we have the flying branch that we all know, and we have the technical branch, and we also have the ground duties branch. Okay. So we got into the technical branch, so our basic qualification, a bachelor's in engineering. right? In that bachelor's of engineering, we have mechanical and we have electronics. So those of them related to electronics and communication, electrical would go into the electronic stream. Mechanical engineers will go to the mechanical stream. Ground duties, we have the admin, ATC, logistics, metrology. So we have all these branches. So there, I think a normal degree is fine, and a bachelor's in science or a bachelor's in commerce.
Are there any jobs for +1, +2 passed outs or something?
Yes, they do take in the non-officer category. So that recruitment drives also do happen. But for officers, a degree is a must. And then for engineering branch, a bachelor's degree in engineering is a must. For the flying branch, there are different parallel entries. So +2 will go into the National Defence Academy, get a degree there. The Fauj will give them a wonderful degree. They make it there. Other than that, you have the degree also, the degree holders and engineering degree holders also making it through the SSB.
So after your engineering, for you the process of getting selected itself was a longer, lengthier one.
Yes.
And after you got selected, how tough was that training period?
We all had to be the tough nuts to crack, you know. If you look at a walnut, it's very hard to crack. But what is there inside is scrumptious, sumptuous, isn't it? So yes, we had to build ourselves a tough exterior, inside out. And toughening up is tough. Let me put it that way. Toughening up is always tough. And we were trained. We had to be, in fact, in our selection itself, they do have the psychoanalysis test. So there they know who can withstand how much, what is the withstanding capacity of a person. So perhaps that is why their standards are like that. But once we get into training, again we are raw material in the trainer's hands. So they have to metamorphosize. It depends. From branch to branch, it varies. Branch to branch. See, for flying branch, multiple trainings are there. They start their training in Hyderabad. For our technical branch, we had our training for 11 months. Since ours was the first batch, we had 11 months in Air Force Technical College, Jalhalli. However, the ensuing batches had 2 training sessions, one in the technical college and one specialized training. So, effectively about 11 to 12 months of ab initio training. Yes, ab initio training. And training, I may say that I cannot use the word tough, but we got toughened. I leave it to you how you take it. We got toughened. So you can imagine how it would be. That's what, and it was a beautiful camaraderie that I shared with my course mates. Ek Bharat, Shresh Bharat in our training capsule itself. We had people from all states, all over India, and we have developed a sisterhood. 25 of us became very close. We still are in touch. We had a reunion. So training was exciting. We got toughened. I will not make the statement it was tough. We got toughened and it was exciting.
Lovely. And working for the Air Force is on itself an honor. But what is the biggest perk that you feel you have earned in that journey?
I think the biggest perk, if I have to just close my eyes and tell, it's that blue-grey uniform that I wore. I think that feeling is the biggest perk of being there. When I wore the uniform for the first time and when I had the cap on my head and when I looked at my course mates, all 25 of us wearing our uniforms and looking at each other, I guess nothing, no incentive can match that feeling. Wow. That is the biggest perk. If I have to, just close my eyes and tell, I think, yes. Great. I think that speaks for everything. When I wear a uniform, and when I know that I have, it's something very different. The feeling of having worn that uniform and what am I going to do, my role, everything gets clear, and it's a kind of a feeling that gives a lot of, what do I say, satisfaction or contentment, wearing it and then donning it with pride, and I guess that's the crux. That's the crux. For me, that was the biggest perk. That was the biggest perk.
And what do you think are the most challenging experiences?
I guess when we toughen ourselves up, challenges are always there. our training was designed in such a way that every challenge we face it, we take it in our stride, yet not give it. Okay, so a kind of it worked on our resilience and our sustenance to a large extent. We were ready to take the challenges. We were trained to take the challenges. So I cannot I cannot say that it was tough, it was challenging, but we were trained to take those challenges. I think that fine tuning was there, and we also had the training helped us a lot, and we worked with some of our senior officers who did. Gave us a lot of insight into how it is actually working in units. So all this added, and the per se the challenges not many. I couldn't find many challenges. It's just that we were the first batch of women, so we expected that we would face a lot of challenges. But I guess my 5-6 years of being in Air Force and donning that uniform, I didn't find it.
So how is the hierarchy in the, once you enter as an officer, like what kind of growth can you expect for an engineering?
It's not a very flat organization, right? You know, the hierarchical structure is there. So we do have different ranks. A lieutenant becomes a flight lieutenant becomes a squadron leader becomes a wing commander, depending on their years of service. And there is also a selection grade where they can write their entrances for the promotions and then get their promotions. So the scale, it is quite a scalable career, I can say. You can scale up well. In fact, I do have 4 of my course mates who are continuing there, and they are in the senior ranks. I'm very proud of them. They're still wearing that my favorite blue gray uniform and serving in units. It's quite a scalable career, I must say. Yes, it's quite well planned. Everything is laid out. That's the best part of Indian military. Everything is laid out. Everything is in black and white, and beautifully they put it into action. So that's it.
So how much of you need to be dedicated for the forces? How do one strike the work-life balance in the Air Force?
Striking work-life balance, some of my course mates have been doing it beautifully. In fact, we also have a lot of them in the flying branch who are, immediately after their delivery, they do take their maternity leave and come back, get back into uniform, get into their fitness mode, start flying aircrafts again. Definitely, yes. They can strike a work-life balance. The misnomer is about the postings. What if I'm posted here and someone else my husband is posted elsewhere, or my spouse, let me put it across that, my spouse is posted somewhere else, and what would happen to the education of my children? But then the organization understands, and as much as possible give the postings together. So few of my course mates have continued. They've got married in services and have continued and struck beautiful work-life balance.
Yeah, that's amazing to know that the work-life balance is pretty well balanced, but there are people like you who are choosing to move out of that and choose a wide variety of other options. So according to you, what are the options available for someone who wants to pursue other careers?
Right. I think one of the best part about being in armed forces, we usually associated camouflaging. So if I have to use that word camouflaging, if I have to bring a synonym here, closest synonym to that is adaptability. I will have to bring a paradox also. While we camouflage ourselves, we also stand out. It's quite a paradox. So while we camouflage ourselves, we also stand out. So when I, came out of Air Force, it was my conscious decision to come out of Air Force. That was because of family. I had. I cannot say impending, but then I had to settle down. There were reasons that I had to be in Bangalore. So my adaptability worked great, and I'm sure there are so many of them, probably if there are ex-military officers watching this or military personnel watching this, they do agree that this adaptability is something that helps us fit into every category, every job. And within a limited time, we beautifully adapt ourselves and get camouflaged, yet stand out. And for every military officer, there is another soft side. along with the toughening that happens, I have also seen so many of them having a beautiful taste for literature, music. Yes, so many of them are connoisseurs of literature and music.
Is that the way they break down into their zones by?
Yes. In fact, it is in the training itself that they identify a lot of these talented people, and we do. Yes, it's like I said, there are two sides, you know, like that walnut and that nutritious. What do I say? Metaphor that I brought. It's something like that. I guess this combination of a shell and the nutrition will help us fit into any kind of career. I've been in touch with so many of my friends who were in the Air Force.
You continuously kept saying that it toughened you. So how did that toughening help in the other careers you chose after Air Force? After Air Force.
Yes, interestingly, I don't know whether I could call it a full circle or what, but then post Indian Air Force, I was in applications engineering for some time, then human resources, and then intellectual property for some time, and then now I'm a school teacher. Right, so through and through, somewhere, you know, the life skills that Vayu Sena taught me have really come along with me.
ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೀವು ಆರ್ಮಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ. I may have shed my uniform. I may be looking like a proper civilian here, ಸೀರೆ ಉಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿರಬಹುದು.
The core of you ನಿಮ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
But I still retain that Fauj heart in me, you know. I can still give a crisp salute. I still, you know, sometimes I stand in front of the mirror and salute and I say, ಇದೇ ಥರ salute ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನ ನಾನು ಅಂತ. You can never erase.
It's become a part of you.
ಅದೇನಾಗಿದೆ, yes. And ಅದಿನ್ನೇನು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾನು in every profession of mine, it has complemented me in every aspect. And that is how I feel. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೂ ಹೆಂಗೆ I will manage myself, I will stay myself afloat. I can say that spiritually also, I'll keep myself afloat.
ಇವಾಗ ಫೌಜಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ವಿತ್ ಯೋರ್ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ರೂಢಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಲೈಫ್?
ಅಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಫೌಜಲ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್, ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಕ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿನೇಟ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. We cannot, right? We have to. A procrastination ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಸೀಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮದ್ದು ಏನಂದರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ನೇ ಮದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಬ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಯಾರಿಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. ಈವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಫೌಜಿ, I put a proper poker face when I'm teaching my children. I do have a soft side of me, that humor and all that, but I still have a poker face with my students, and it has, I think, ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಎಲ್ಲಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ಯಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದೇ ಥರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಹೆಂಗಂದರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಫೌಜಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನ್ ಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ AC ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ I operate from a staff room. I'm perfectly okay with it.
So from the time when you're in Air Force and today, like what are the changes you see over the years? In what ways Air Force has changed? And what are the changes you're consistently seeing that's happening?
I feel one change that I have seen in Air Force is, ಈಗ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸೋಷಲ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸೋಷಲ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಬೌಂಡರೀಸ್, a lot of ex-Air Force and people are networking with each other, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ, ಮುಂಚೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಬಾರ್ಡ್ರಲ್ಲಿ, ಬರೀ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ has, I've heard, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ವೆಲ್. ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್,
I really wanted to ask that.
ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಲೇಡಿ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್. ನನ್ನ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಮೇಟ್ಸು ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ಸು ತುಂಬಾ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್, ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆಫನ್. ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್, ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರು ಆ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೇರಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಆರ್ಮಿ ಸೇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ಸು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್, ದ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೌನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎವಿಡೆಂಟ್. ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಓ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸೇರೋಣ ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸೇರೋಣ ಅಂತ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಸೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಂದಾಜು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ.
ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ನಾನು ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಸೆಡ್ ಒಂಥರ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿನೇ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದೇನಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಪೈಲಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ, ನೀನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನೀನು ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕನಸನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊ ನೀನು. You keep focused on your dream, okay? You keep focused on your dream and you talk to a lot of people. So I first tell him to nourish the dream of his. That is my first advice. Second is, there is a lot of information, plethora of information available online on what it takes to be a military officer. So perhaps I think the aspirant must look into those things, and then ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟಲ್ಲೇ ನಂಗೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತುಂಬಾ ಓವರಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಕೂಡ್ದು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಂಟಿಮಿಡೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟು ಜಾಯಿನ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಖಾಲಿ ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಥರ SSBಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೀಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಸ್, ನಮ್ಮದು ಒಂಥರ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಬುಕ್. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಬುಕ್. ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು.
And we can also mold ourselves the way it's required.
ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ CTC ನೆಗೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಏನೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೆಗೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ CTC. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಲುಕಿಂಗ್? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ಅನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಒಂದು ಖಾಲಿ ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಥರ ನಾನು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆ್ಯಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 3ನೇ ಸಲ 4ನೇ ಸಲ ಅದೇ ಆ್ಯಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಬಿಡದೆ ರೆಸಿಲಿಯೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಹೋದರೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್.
Wow, that's actually super inspiring.
ಆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ, ಅದು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಅದೊಂಥರ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಅದು ತಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಬು, ಅದೊಂದು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ with multiple attempts.
What is that one satisfying thought ನಿಮಗೆ ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ? What is that one thought that comes to you?
ಈಗಲೂ ನಂಗೆ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಥಾಟ್ ಬರೋದೇನೆಂದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಎಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಆ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಪ್ರೈಡು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ the people whom I've met, and the people whom I'm in touch with, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಫುಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫುಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ನೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್.
Do you think COVID has any impact, or to what extent was COVID impacting Air Force?
As far as I know, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟು ಆದಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Of course, I cannot make statements about, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಯಿತಾ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು I cannot make statements about it.
No, numbers need not be mentioned.
Not at all. But ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಿಲಿಟ್ರಿ ಆರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಂಗು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಗ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಸಲ್ಯೂಟೇ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದಟ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ದ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಹೆಲ್ಮೆಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಪಿಲಿಯನ್ ರೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಮೆಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಪಿಲಿಯನ್ ರೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಮೆಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡೇ ಓಡಾಡಬೇಕು.
Wow, okay. You always followed even before.
ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂಥರ ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ನರ್ಸಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್ ಗೇರ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅ ಫ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಸೆಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಇವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಓಡಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ, isn't it?
And this is one sector which needs to, see, after doctors and the hospital, the nurses and all, they are the warriors, so they need to be on the ground.
ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿನ್. ಇವಾಗ ಕೋವಿಡಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ಆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಮಗೆ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ವಿನ್ ಇಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 70% ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನು 30% ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದೇ ವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Isn't it? That's what, those are my thoughts. I'm sure maybe SSB in between selection boards ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಪಾಪ ಸಿವಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂಚೂರು ಆದ್ರೇನು they have taken a lot of care, I heard. That one maybe one batch ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು.
The exams were conducted a little late and everything just got postponed.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದೊಂದು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ರಪ್ಷನ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೋ. I can say it with confidence.
After your ab initio, where were you placed and what kind of work were you doing? What's your job role at that point?
So I completed my training in 93. We had a proper passing out parade. All our parents, our families came and viewed our parade. Okay. So we, after having passed out of our training college, and yes, my parents still remember. And last night when I went to their place, they were still dishing out those photographs. They're able to place my course mates. They keep asking, where is she, where are they, Atra. So yes, it was so after our training we had a very nice, we were trained to on the parade ground for a long time for those drills, passing out drills. After that we got posted to units. Few units, 2 of us got posted, and few units, 1 of us got posted. Along with this, with us, a parallel branch of ground duties, they were getting trained in Hyderabad. So they had finished their training and they were already placed in units. Okay. So few of us got to meet those girls, those pioneers as well. So when we got posted to units, we were kind of taking care of the maintenance aspect. So if it is a flying base, we would probably be taking care of some of the ground facilities, technical facilities, maintenance of them. And few of them got into the electronic data processing side. So it was more, like I say, we were supporting the flying branch. We were supporting the flying branch, more or less maintenance.
So that would be at any point of the day?
We did have our working hours, and also we had, there are, the routine is there, the routine is set. So our duties are clearly laid out. So when we get posted, we are given those laid out duties and we deliver them. I must say that we were in the maintenance side. So
okay. I'm sure you don't want to reveal much about it.
I would not do that. But then yes, it was, we did contribute to the maintenance part of the Indian Air Force ground equipment.
If you have to sum up your whole experience of being in the Air Force, what would you say that as?
If I have to sum up my experience, I think I could use the word metamorphosis. When I joined Indian Air Force, I was probably still a pupa. And 6 years coming out of Air Force, may not say I was a colorful butterfly, I was just ready to fly at least and look out for options. And then I had a sense of accomplishment. So like 2 words, metamorphosis and accomplishment.
Lovely, lovely. And on this special day, what is the message you want to give our audience?
I would like to wish all my colleagues, my course mates, and those serving the military now, and those who have served military, I would like to wish them all a very, very happy Air Force Day. Every day is theirs, isn't it? Every day is theirs. But yet we celebrate October 8th as the Air Force Day. So first and foremost, I would like to wish them on this day. And second, I just hope, having seen this talk of ours, someone somewhere may get inspired to try. Let them not rule out anything. ನಂಗೆ ಅದು ಸಿಗೋಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಸಿಗೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. Let them not have that in them. So I think someone somewhere, if any one of my viewer here is inspired to try, I'm not saying he or she should make it there. At least ಆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಬಂದರೆ, I think I cannot ask for anything else.
No, I'm sure that's a great honor in their head, and I'm sure with this information, that one step.
My audience, your viewers, I think.
I'm glad, because there are so many people who genuinely want to go and pursue it, but not many would have the exact information that's required, or the authentic information that's required.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನಾನು ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಾ, ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ದೀನಾ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಡೌಟ್ಗಳು? ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೋ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲಿಬೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಬಿಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಟೇಕ್ ಅವೇ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? So why not? We need, hopefully, I really wish that impact happens. I'll be very glad, and I feel, that's my purpose of being here with you.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗಲಿ. I'm sure my senses right now feel that I'm so honored to speak to an Air Force officer one-on-one. So this opportunity, I'm sure, inspires so many more out there to go and try that opportunity. Khandita.
And in fact, there are so many others there. My course mates are still serving in Air Force. Salutes to them. There's women fighter pilots. Salutes to them. NDA ಇವಾಗ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ women. Salutes to them. And to all of them, I am just, a small representative sitting in front of the camera here. I am a very small representative of that large, brethren there. I really feel very proud to be representing them. ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್, ಇರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜೆಂಡರ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ವೆನ್ ಟೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ನೌ, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ರು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋ ವ್ಯೂವರ್, ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ತಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಸಾಕು ನನಗೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನಫ್.
Truly. Kudos to the army there, armed forces there.
ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಭಾರತ ಫೌಜಲ್ಲೇ ಏನಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಅಮ್ಯಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಐ ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್, ಐ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಹೋಮ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್. Home away from home. The way that network, the way we used to network.
And you're away from family. I'm sure you feel you make a new family out there. At the end, we are all one nation, we all are one. So thank you so much for your time. And this truly inspired me for sure, and I'm a lot of viewers also. So thank you so much for giving us this time. And Prajavahini's team is really blessed by your presence and your talk. Thank you.